title today, don't you think?
Yes, because I have to walk down a very narrow corridor at a slow speed of 4 miles an hour, hitting a target which is about this big, whilst being pursued by rapscallions.
I get the reference. If you do, chuck it down in the comments. So we look at exploding ribs. Go on, what you want to say?
I was going to say you smell the elderberries, but never mind.
Chris has come in, his right hand's here. So this is his non-dominant hand because he's leading with this to strike with this. I want to get him off balance and I want to attack these babies. So with the cane, I'm going to windscreen wiper and raise. Once I've got that, I'm then going to hit the ribs and drag through. So this is what we call the exploding rib technique. That comes up here, your ribs are joined at the spine at the back and they come round, they meet the front of the chest high with the sternum, and then as they get lower and lower and lower and lower, they retract in further and further back towards the spine until you get the last float of ribs, which are round about here, and if you give them a good whack, they collapse. It's a nerval impulse that goes through.
This is how you know I'm not a manager.
Why?
I've got a spine.
Ooh. Okay, so the technique will be is to raise this up and then we want to attack in as high as we can under the armpit and bring it down in a rolling motion to play the ribs to give that explosive power. Chris and Callum are going to show you now using the body movement and how we called it the uk.Cane two-step, didn't we, originally, but we like exploding ribs better.
With Callum, the big ruffian that he is, note the grip. This is a standard walking grip. I'm watching the arm, I then lifting the cane up. Now, as we know from our How to Improve Your Parry block, what I'm going to do is augment my block, move my body out of the way, and as I'm pushing the arm, it's not going straight across, it's being pushed up. This gives me the ribs. My left foot's going to drive forward as I drive the cane in. As the cane rolls down the ribs, I'm dropping my weight down. I may step back with my right foot to give you a bit of extra leverage on that. As you know, this is a dojo cane, training cane. If you have a more artistic cane, as we have here, we have our nice grips and we have our exercise band notches. So as I lift here, I'm going to go for these notches to drive in. I'm going to push that forward. As I'm rolling that down, I'm dropping my weight down as well. So this gives you a little bit of enhancement on your technique. Now, as you know, this is my preferred grip. This makes this technique a little bit more difficult. So if I'm trying to come up here and do that motion, it's harder to do. I'll be relying on my left arm. I'm relying more on my body movement to get out of the way and lift, but then everything else is the same. From this position, nice and easy for me to step back, and then I've got my figure of eights and my follow-ons with my figure of eights. Coming in this way to here, it's not going to work for me. So I'm still going to do a windscreen wiper by moving off his line that way. Same technique. I'm going to keep my elbow high because I'm going to be worried about that. So I'm going to have to go straight in by moving my body out of the way, by striking, dragging, dropping my weight and coming down. He's given me so many targets here, so I may come in for one of our nice little uppercuts. He's very wary because I've already struck him in the chin. I've got a perfectly good knee I could destroy. I could toilet train him. The possibilities are endless, but you'll see an opening and that's what you're going to go for. Just to show you this empty hand, but it's the same principle. Callum's coming in, so I would do a nice bong sao block, so I can push that high. I'm going to be driving in here, either a fist or a knife hand, maybe even a palm. I'm going to be driving, what I would do is get my fist and drive it down. This would be from the Seipai kata for us. Pushing myself away, and then I'm clear and I'm ready to defend. Oh look, his knee's sticking out. I'll have that, thank you very much. Technique's in, he's come in, I'm out of the way. That's up high, I've struck him. I'm going to drive that down into him. He's got the wherewithal to actually grab my arm this time. It doesn't matter how big and strong he is. If I do my step back, I've taken his weight off and I've got this. Would I sweep him off here? No, he's got a perfectly good head as a target. I can do all sorts with this position. The key is, he's grabbed, I've dropped my weight, he's off balance, his balance has gone. I can then take him. Very simple technique here, and I can slide and grab his foot. I'm not going to, but again, as we said before, you will see a technique that will work for you at that point. If you happen to have your own personal Reggie or Bob, and we'd like to point out that Callum is not like Bob, because Callum is quite dangerous.
Very dangerous.
His middle name is Dangerous Callum.
Callum Dangerous Callum? Are you quite sure about that?
Absolutely, he's so dangerous it Callum'd twice. So this is good because you can gauge distance, you have your wiper block, and as you're striking, you'll notice that as I'm going up, you can see that action there. I'm exaggerating it. So I'm not just striking through, I'm striking with the roll, and I'm striking down with the roll. So you can get, even striking for your block, striking up, striking down. And you can bring in more power as you go through. So practicing against the air, it will look something like this. You've probably seen this in a couple of videos, but it's nice to actually have a bit of resistance, just so you can get a feel for the technique and your hand positions. If I decide to hit it like that, you can see straight away my hand just bounced off the cane. It's great if it's there, I can do that, but striking in like that, it's not the same effect as this.
Looking from a wheelchair point of view, we're obviously going to be coming close. Chris is going to come straight on, and go for the grab, mate. Just go for a grab, both hands. We'll do this left-handed. It can work the same from a one-hand grab, it can work from the two-hand grab, it can work from the choke, and we'll go from there. This for me would be this position here, but I'm doing it left-handed. So the idea is I want to expose and lift through. If you've seen how arm bars and why do arm bars work, you'll understand the joints here and what I'm working on. Chris came out with a training idea a few years ago, which was all waveform, which we've put into everything. So again, I'm just going to wave, but again, I've over-exaggerated my wrists, so I'm hitting behind the elbows, massive nerve point and a joint, and as I'm coming up, I'm just pushing forward slightly. I haven't got the mobility to turn to aim for here, but if I push forward, you see where his arms are. I can then roll back from there and come back up again. Whee! We've got a nice little kiss to the teeth. Yes, you can come up sideways to push through. But as you can see, I've got a lovely crossover here, and that's when I would be attacking other points with my free hand, rather than bring the cane back, where I've got a chance that this hand, his left hand, is going to follow me around like that. He's very, very non-compliant today, aren't you?
That's my nearest hand.
So my movement is forward, up, down and back. That's my major movement that I have in the chair.
Well, if you took a jump to the left,
If I took a step to the left,
then a step to the right,
yeah,
with your hands on your cane,
yeah,
you should hit them right. Then it's a striking thrust. That's driving you insane.
it is driving me insane.
Let's do that cane technique again.
Again, again. If you know the movie reference. Yeah. I like that one. You could practice without the cane first. Again, you might not get your cane, so you might be able to just do strikes, use leverage points. When you're here, the double palm. Oh, that's nasty. So remember, guys, you can practice empty-handed with your cane. If you are hitting the sternum or the ribs with a piece of wood, look out for this one, because you know, show a little soft and gentle. Thanks for watching. I'm now going to be killed. Thanks for watching the video. We hope you like it, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. If you want to look as smart as we do, don't forget to check out the merchandise on Teesprings.
Check out our social media accounts, see what's going on in the world of uk.Cane.
Hit that bell and free the fear.